Hello, this is a video on how to deal with irate customers. I worked for two different companies where I was in a position that was kind of like what they call a resolutions expediter. I did that for Home Depot for 2 years from 2016 till 2018, and I did the same thing and a little bit more. Like I was training people as well when I worked at Verizon. So, one thing to understand about irate customers, and this is what I've learned taking a few psychology courses and a few psychoanalyzing courses and sociology courses, is that when people are irate and angry, they're really in pain. And I know that is just like, what? I don't believe that. I think they're just really ticked off. And it's like, no, because for when people are angry or they are agitated, it registers to the body as pain. And the body does try to release opiates from the brain to the rest of the body to relieve that pain. And some people stay angry so much that they become addicted to that rage because they are receiving that opiate relief from being angry. And they're actually called rageaholics. There's actually addiction to anger. And so the first thing you need to do is arm yourself with a lot of empathy and almost feel sorry for them, is because they are in pain, because they are so angry. So it's almost like when you talk to them, it's almost like you're a doctor and you're talking to a patient that's in pain, and it's just not bearable. They've tried everything, and the pain is just it's just not going away, and they're incredibly frustrated because they're in so much pain. So let me give you an example. I had a customer that I was working with at Home Depot, and she was yelling and she was dropping a lot of F-bombs, and she was just screaming in the phone, and she was yelling so loud that I had to turn the volume down on my phone. And you have to understand, when people are angry, they start to hype up, and you have to try to not hype up with them at all. Do not match their energy at all. Sometimes that hyped up energy can be contagious because their energy is so electric that you may want to hype up to and match their energy, but don't do that. Learn how to almost refocus. A lot of times when they were yelling, I immediately started problem solving, and I was like, I know they're yelling at me, but I'm also looking at the computer screen and looking at their order and looking at the notes on their order and looking at what previous conversations have transpired, how long they've been waiting for their order, or anything of that nature, any red flags on their order. And so this woman was very angry because her vanity top had broken twice, and she had been waiting for a total amount of 3 months for a new vanity top, and to get the second one that was broken, she was just so upset. And at the end of her venting, because I just allowed her to vent, at the end of her venting, which psychologically, that's what I was trained in my psychology class, because actually allowing a person to vent, um, they turn around and calm down and start to self-soothe, and they start calming themselves down, and they start to self-soothe, just like um, you might have done as a baby, when you were left to either cry about anything. You learn to self-soothe and then eventually go back to sleep. So as you've gotten older and in the formative years, you learn how to self-soothe after you've become upset. So you allow them to vent on you, but don't feel like it's on you, like oh, they're vomiting on you, like what's going on. Allow them to vent on you, like you're. I just said I am their advocate, and I just kept repeating that, and I was like, I'm here to help. So, and when they're done venting, I can begin the process of resolving the issue. But I want to get them to a point where they're calmed down so that they can receive the information that I'm about to give, and we can properly be on the same page. So I let her vent and I listened to everything that she was saying. I mean, I tried to literally close my eyes and envision myself in her position. She is getting something renovated. She's paying a contractor who knows how much, and she might be paying him by the day. And as the days have gone by, she expected a project that may have probably been promised a 2-week time frame, and now it's running to 3 months. So I can understand her being completely frustrated. And so she asked me after she vented, like, did I listen to everything she's saying? Why was I so quiet? And I said, ma'am, I just wanted to listen to what you had to say so that I could gather more information so I could resolve this issue for you. First of all, I'd like to sincerely apologize for the issue with the vanity top. It's nothing that you've done. It's something that happened during the delivery process. The vanity top normally, sometimes when we have a vanity top that is 70 inches long, sometimes it has a higher probability of breaking because of the length of the vanity top. And I also want to thank you. And she's like, what? Like, she's like, what? And I was like, I want to thank you for being a loyal customer. You have been patient with us for 3 months to get this resolved, and we appreciate your loyalty in your business. And always say something nice to throw them totally off guard, because they're expecting you to have a serious attitude. After all they've said, they are expecting an attitude. So totally disarm them by throwing out a compliment that they would never expect. They would never expect. And that totally disarms the situation, and that totally creates a situation where you are both now on the same page. And I treated each issue as this is a collaborative issue. This is a collaborative issue that is going to require collaboration from not just me, but from that customer to resolve this issue. And what I mean by it being a collaborative issue, that we have an issue that we have to collaborate on. What I mean by that is that that customer needs to be willing to accept what alternative I'm going to present to them, accept the expectations of the results, and expect me to follow up with them on that result. So it is collaborative in a way. You're asking them to work with you like on a team. So you have to get to that point after you have thoroughly listened to them. Restate everything that they said while they're mad. Not like you're mimicking them like a parrot, but restate everything that he said. I understand why you would be angry with us. This is your second time that you've contacted us about this. And we appreciate your patience. Well, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what is going to happen. And sometimes they don't want to hear that, or they're saying that they don't want to hear that, but they want to hear that. When you say you appreciate their patience while they have just vented and they are totally irate, but they've calmed down though, you appreciate their patience because they have self-soothed themselves. They've calmed down. You've allowed them to vent. You've listened to them. You restated the situation. So now this turns into a situation where it's a win-win. And so I let her know is that our other warehouse has the exact same vanity top. We can get it to you in 3 business days. What I'm going to do, there's a manager, there's an associate there that I work closely with that I'm going to ask her to provide extra packaging for this vanity top to ensure that this does not happen again. And so after 3 business days, I'm going to follow up with you. And here's my direct line. And here's my email address. Now, there's certain situations like there's me and my colleagues that are now in messaging where we cannot give out our direct information, but we can give out like Home Depot's direct information. But in resolution, I'm not sure. It's been a year since I've been in resolutions. So they might have changed the whether they can make a direct call to you or not. But I know that the customer really appreciated that because to have a direct line to you, they understand that you're putting yourself on the line to not drop the ball. And that there is, once they send an email, there's a trail of evidence that if they need to escalate this to corporate, that's their evidence. So they appreciate you giving that contact information because they know that you're putting yourself out there for them. And so I said, can you give us a chance to rectify this issue? Give us 72 hours. And if we cannot rectify this issue in 72 hours, I will connect with you. I will call you. What's a good time to call you? 3 o'clock. Okay, perfect. That's when I get into work. So I'll call you as soon as I get in. I'll make this a top priority. And you say that. I'm going to make this a top priority because that's what you mean. That's what they want to hear, is that you're making them a priority. But you use your tone in a different way because a lot of companies say, I'm going to make this a top priority, but they sound real flat. And a customer can smell, they can tell They have great sense of hearing, and they can tell by voice inflection that you do not mean what you're saying. So change your voice inflection, monitor your voice inflection throughout the whole conversation. If you sense that your voice inflection is not where it should be, and where the customer seems like they're agitated again, put them on a brief hold and re-strategize your position. Do I need to change my tone? Do I need to talk to a supervisor to let them know the situation and get their perspective on what I should say to de-escalate the situation? Sometimes putting them on hold is like a saving grace. You don't put them on hold for a long time. 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes. Because they appreciate the fact that you're trying to really strategize here. I'm putting you on a brief hold so I can research this issue, but I'll be right back. They appreciate that. They don't like some arrogant know-it-all. I don't care how long you've been with the company. You still should put them on hold and say, I need to research this. I will be right back. Because I want to make sure that I'm providing you an effortless experience. Let me put you on a hold. Because I want to figure this out. And so I put her on hold. And I came back and I just changed my tone and I asked a colleague that had been with the company. I had just started at Resolutions. I asked a colleague, like, what would you say to this customer at this point? Oh, this is what I would say. And so I just incorporated their style. Because sometimes a customer may understand exactly what you're saying, but your tone may not be something that they're vibing with. You might need to pause, slow down what you're saying, speed up what you're saying, or use more words that are showing more empathy. So you just need to strategize. I don't want this customer to leave the company angry. That's my goal. I want to get this issue resolved. I want to make sure that they are a repeat customer. That's it. So what do I need to do? So you just get yourself together, re-strategize, get back on that phone, or get back in that chat and just be like, this is what we're going to do. And when you come at it from a different direction that they weren't expecting, they love that. When you come out from thinking outside the box, you just put yourself on a brief hold to think about it. Or you've asked a colleague just to confirm with you that you are doing what you need to do. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with asking for assistance to get a different perspective on how someone else would handle a situation. That's all. Customers appreciate that a lot more because you're treating them like they're human. That's all. So you come at them from a totally different angle, and they're happy. She was totally happy with the situation. I think what she did not like was like, I apologize profusely. And sometimes people love that, and sometimes people don't. It just depends. And sometimes when I'm dealing with people from northern states, and I've just noticed this, is that they don't want to hear the apology. They want you to get straight to the resolve part. And so I was like, oh, okay. She didn't like that part, but she liked the result. She liked what strategy I came up with and to get the right result from her. So I followed up with her. She got the vanity top. It was fine. It was perfect. The people at the other warehouse had wrapped it up perfectly. There was no problem with it. She was totally happy. But prior to that, um, I'm kind of a jokester. Sometimes I'm a jokester. Sometimes I like to think of myself as a comedian, and because I watch a lot of stand up, and I'll crack some jokes. So that's what I did when I put her on hold. I said, I'm gonna come at her from a different angle. I just start cracking jokes with her, and she started to laugh. And she was like, "Stop trying to make me laugh. I'm mad." She did not. She was like, "Stop." I was like, "Yeah, but you're laughing, so that's a good sign. You're laughing. I like to hear your laugh. You got a nice laugh." She liked that. But we had gotten to a point. We were on the phone for probably about an hour, and we had gotten to a point where we were just totally comfortable talking to each other, like we had known each other. And so I felt very comfortable, and this was not something that I was taught in training or anything like this, but this is just comes from my psychology background. I asked her, I said, I know that you had been waiting 3 months for this vanity top, and I know that you had some issues with it breaking, but was that really the issue today? I just feel in my spirit, I feel like that wasn't the real issue. I feel you were very upset, and don't get me wrong, you had every right to be upset, but I feel like at the level that you were upset, I feel like there's something else going on. And she got very quiet, and she just broke down. And I said, I'm so sorry. Oh, now I said, I'm sorry. I apologize. Wasn't trying to make you cry. I'm now we've gone from you being very upset to happy to cry. I'm sorry. And so she was like, it's not you. It's not even about this vanity. Um, my husband and I got into an altercation, and the police came, and he was removed from the home. And I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at what you're dealing with. Look at what you're dealing with. Are you safe? Are you in a safe place now? She goes, oh yes, I'm in a safe place. He's far away, and I'm on my way today to get a protective order as well. So he apologized, but still, I'm still shaken up. I was like, I can understand. And I appreciate the fact that you were willing to tell me this situation. I felt in my spirit that it wasn't all about the vanity. I felt like there was something deeper. I just want to make sure you're okay. Oh my God. And she talked for an additional 15 minutes. And she thanked me profusely for listening to her. Because a lot of times, with the main issue with people that are angry is that they're hurt. They are hurting. So I am not Like, I don't get angry at them because it's almost like you're hearing someone, or like when I'm texting someone and they're angry, it's almost like that person has a wound. And if I got angry at them too, that's like putting salt in that wound. And I'm not here to hurt them any further than the pain that they already feel. So sometimes we have to dig deeper and find out what the real root cause of the issue is so we can have a better relationship with our customers. Thank you.